Hi, this is Janine Happy from Two Old Crows, and today we are going to show you how to do our proddy on some of our pockets that we have recently done. These are some of the pockets without the proddy that are also very cute. They are all hooked, and these are the proddy patterns done. My friend Pam Cosgrove is again here to help me, and she is going to show you how to do the proddy on the pockets. Pam, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay. The proddies are really a lot of fun, and you can be as creative as you want. There are very few tools that you need. A pair of scissors, the proddy tool, your fabrics of your choice, and your pattern. I don't hook the entire, usually don't hook the entire pattern. I do some of the hooking, like the leaves, the stem, excuse me, and then I start the proddy, and then I hook around the flowers once I proddy them in. And proddy flowers, in order to make each petal, depending on the size of the petal that you want. I started for this one, I did 1-inch strips, and then from 1-inch strips I cut them down to 3-inch strips, and then from there I cut my points on all the different fabric. And in order to do that, I fold it in half and I cut a point on that side, and then you have that.
Perfect. Now, Pam, if you wanted to do different types of petals, you would cut them in different widths, different lengths, and different points. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
If I was doing a geranium or a hydrangea, I would cut this same 1-inch strip into a 2-inch strip, fold it in half again, and this I kind of make like a little dog bone shape. Go around the top, round the top, and come down in. And the reason why I do it a dog bone shape is it makes this part less bulky, and the petal part will stand out better in the proddy.
Right.
And if I wanted to do a poppy one, which is much wider, basically start the same thing, go in a little, and start my dog bone. I could do a little wavier part to make it look, because a little bit more like a poppy petal, and I would get that.
Nice.
And you could be as fancy as you want, as sometimes you could play with it and you decide like, oh, I want a thicker petal or whatever, and it's just use your creativity. There's no limit to what you can do on these. And then once you have your pattern done and you're ready to start to proddy, you take your first piece, and as you do with your wool strips, when you hook, you hold your piece underneath. Now I'm just going to show you this because what you want to do is to pick up the end with the proddy once you insert it into your linen.
Okay.
And if you try to do it this way and pull the bulk of this part of the petal through, it's much harder. So you want to be sure to get the end.
Okay.
And you're eventually, then once you get the first end in, you're going to be pulling up the second end to make the petal. You insert your proddy tool. When I'm working on a hooked piece in the beginning, I like to hook it close to the stitches. And then I'm grabbing the point and bringing it through. And then up close to that same point where I inserted, bring down my tool again, pick up the other point, bring it through, and then you can fuss.
So you're making quite a large hole in that linen with
Yes,
your proddy tool.
yes, and it fills right in because the wool is quite thick. It's not thin like the strips of the when you're hooking.
When you're doing your hooking.
Yes, and this, and you can get as close or as far away from the petals as you want. I like to proddy them close, but the bigger the petal that you use, you stagger them a little further apart because then they'll get too crushed.
Okay. Should you stagger rows? Like if you did one complete row, should you stagger the next row so you're filling in a little?
Yes. And as a matter of fact, as you're filling in, you're going to find that the rows on the top are not as close because the petals will start filling in much easier and fuller because you've already got this row. So if I was going to take another color and go behind, I would probably go in about 1, 2, 3 strips of the linen. Pull the piece through. Same thing. I'm pulling it the other end through. And if you take both ends, you'll see that you'll get, pull it through, and you'll see how that starts filling in. So then you might think like, okay, I want another piece here. So you start filling in, and you'll see, you'll know exactly where to put it. I mean, it sounds a little crazy, but you'll know exactly where you want to place it. You get creative, you see what color you need.
Pretty much the same thing as hooking with wool strips. You
Yes.
get creative and you figure it out.
Yes.
Okay.
And you could do your sunflower all the same color, or you could start sticking in some other colors. And you don't have to go row by row. Sometimes I like to see like, okay, how far up, the pattern, am I going to go here?
Right.
So I might stick it in here. And then, so you don't, like I said, you don't have to go row by row all the way across. And sometimes it's a matter of seeing what colors you want, what color fits in that particular spot. And as you can see, you've already started your
Very nice.
flower.
Perfect. Thank you, Pam.
You're welcome.
And here again is our prodded crow on sunflower, our prodded pansy, and our prodded field of poppies pattern. All these patterns are available on my Etsy site at www.etsy.com/shop/2oldcrowsnj. And if you have any further questions, you can email me at jhappe@ptd.net. Thank you.